Hi, Not Yet Dead here. Welcome back to Riverside Farms. So, workers over there continuing to plant the barley in that field. Workers over that way somewhere continuing to harvest the carrots. We finished off one half of the field. He's now working through the second half. As you can see, money's gone down a little bit. I did what I said I was going to do, and I have bought 13 and 12 so that we've not risk of suddenly the crops disappearing that we're wanting to harvest. As you can see, actually, yeah, worker B is doing a pretty good job. In fact, actually, he's progressed further than I thought, which must mean he'll need emptying soon. And I've sold back field 61. I may sell 60. Please don't get mad at me for those that don't like field flipping. I'm not doing it for the purposes of making money. I'm doing it for the purposes of gameplay. I don't know what I'll do with fields 12 and 13. I'm tempted to say I might actually reseed them with something else. Probably not carrots and onions. Maybe one each of the other new crops, just to do something big. How I'll get on with that, I don't know, because this is not the easiest map to drive around with big equipment. I'm also already worried about what I'm going to do to get a nice big weeder into field 32, given that the weeds are already appearing. But in the meantime, I've also used our lovely lady Sadie to clear out what manure there was at the end of the last episode, just to test it. That's now sitting in the silo, so that works brilliantly. I love that mod. Must give it a clean before we next clean the animal feeding areas. And I've taken the tanker down. I put the water that was in it into the silo, taken the tanker down to the store, not filled it, but put a certain amount of fertilizer in it, and brought that back up here and emptied the herbicide out, refilled it with fertilizer, and we're going to fertilise the grass. Wow, that was a lot. I haven't put the fertiliser in the silo yet. Again, that will need cleaning out before it's next used for water, but actually equally in the meantime I should probably do the same thing with herbicide. So we've got good supply of both fertiliser and herbicide, and then I just need to sort out lime, seed and solid fertiliser, which will be a question of going to the store, the other store, rather than the shop, if you see what I mean. Right, I'm going to overlap a little bit, but not to worry. It can be low, that's absolutely fine. Right, let's get the grass fertilised. Now, is that actually doing anything? It doesn't look like it. I wasn't sure, I couldn't remember, I've not had to do this for a while. I'd say not, but let's just check. After all that. So I haven't got grass highlighted, so let's put the grass on. Go back. Growth, yeah. No, it won't do it, even though it's only in first growth stage, which is, I get it for all the other crops. For grass, it doesn't actually make sense. You could still fertilise grass at this phase, and because it's not fully grown yet, i.e. grass keeps growing, you should still be able to get high yield. So that's a shame, but anyway, it was worth a go. I just couldn't remember, which didn't give me a lot of time to get the grass mowed, because it took, over a few sessions to clear the hay off the field. That's why it'll be easier next time, because we're going to forage harvest it. Oh well, there you go. I suppose what I could do, I think I'm going to give I'm going to give the manure and slurry a miss this time. Maybe by next time round we might have enough to use some of ours, but if not, I'll buy some in. It's yet more equipment I need to buy. And as you can see, our resources, we started with 4 and a bit million, and we dropped. I am buying equipment and fields slightly crazily, and haven't earned anything yet, apart from, what little bit I got from the onion harvest. My feeling is that carrot yield, in terms of weight, or volume, rather, not weight, volume, is not as high as it is for onions, which, if you think about it, is probably about right. I mean, although the trailer on the big trailer in the new truck, the big new trailer and truck, you know what I mean, is filling up quite quickly. Actually, it's not going to fill, and I've only emptied the harvester now, and the last time wasn't completely full. I think 3 times. So, yeah, I don't think the yield is quite as high. But it's kind of hard to tell, because it's not the same field. When we do 12 and 13, they are, and we'll figure out exactly how big they are, but they're roughly the same size. And so I think one is slightly bigger than the other because one was slightly more expensive. But it should be more comparable in terms of how much volume we get off there. So we'll see whether it's drastically different or just slightly different. But if we figure out their value, we should go on the fact that their value will roughly be proportionate to the size of the field. And so that should help us. If the yield is in the same proportion, it's the same volume. If it's not, it's not. So I can do that. I don't think there's a way we can. I don't think it shows you in base game the size of the field, does it? I don't think so. There we go. But yeah, so this video, well, I don't know. We've got to get a planter. Well, we've got a planter. What am I talking about? We've got to get the planter out. We've got to get this planted with corn. We've got to finish seeding that, and then we've got to spray that. Obviously, the carrot harvest I expect will finish over on field 61. What else have we got to do? Oh, we've got 2 more fields to harvest. I mean, there's tons. I'm going to leave the grass until it's in its sort of final growth stage, if you like, because it should. I actually don't know. I haven't tested that yet. If I harvest a field of grass when it's light yellow, will I get the same harvest yield as I will if it's dark yellow or dark orange? I shouldn't do. I have a feeling, given that I'm not allowed to fertilise it, the answer probably is yes. But in theory, you shouldn't really. So yeah, maybe that's something they could look at for a later iteration. I don't know if it'll be FS22. Yeah, because it's not. Grass keeps growing. Leaf grass, it keeps growing. So in theory, you should get a higher yield for a sort of third ready-to-harvest stage than you should. And like I say, you ought to be able to fertilise, really. I get it with crops, right? Because, you know, once they're ready to harvest, they're essentially not growing anymore. They've dried out, and they're just, you know, waiting. But grass, of course, is a bit different. Lucas seems to be doing all right. He's only got I don't know if he's going to get to the point where he might, thanks to the slope, he might start to struggle. But workers on 19 aren't too bad, actually. I know that they're a bit of a pain on 17, and I've experienced that, obviously, recently being back on Spectacle Island. But now, I am umming and ahhing, and this is just umming and ahhing, and this is probably the wrong, well, I'm going to say it's the wrong video to put it out on, but of course I can't ask on the others. My sort of, what I've called my vlog series, I wouldn't call it role play. I mean, it is role play, but not, I mean, to the limits with which you can do that on console without spending a heck of a lot of time on it, which I'm afraid I don't have time to do. But yeah, my role play series, Farmer's Life. It's fair to say it's not particularly popular, despite the fact that I've moved to what I know is a popular map, because I was playing it on FS17 that was really popular. Maybe that was just because it was on 17. But it's fair to say it's not getting a great deal of attention and interest. I'm not getting people saying, you're rubbish, but I don't get that anyway. I get the odd dislike, but usually without a comment, which I have to say rather irritates me. Because how can I know how to fix it? If you don't like something, tell me. I might be able to do something about it. If it's just the way that I do my videos, probably less I can do about that. But if there's something in particular about a particular video, because I don't get dislikes on all my videos, then, you know, tell me. It's nice. Anyway, sorry. I'm not here to whinge. But yeah, I'm umming and ahhing because it does take, even at the level I do it at, quite a bit more work. It just occurred to me that I'm loving playing this map, and I'm loving playing this map. It's a great map. There's lots of stuff that I wanted to try out. I'm now questioning whether I'll really finish after sort of half a dozen, 8 to 10 episodes. I don't know. We'll see. But I think also I love it because I'm just playing the game. It's just gameplay, and I like Spectacle Island for that. Spectacle Island. I like No Man's Land for that. But No Man's Land, of course, is very different anyway, because I've got seasons. There's building work to be done. There's blah. It's a little more involved, a little more complex. And, oh, that's slightly annoying, isn't it? Can I just sneak off? No, I'm not going to, because actually I've got, oh, never mind. Anyway, If only I'd been slightly further over when I started the first line. Next time. But yeah, so it's not very popular, and it still takes me quite a bit of work. I'm wondering about whether or not I give up on the whole roleplay idea, the Farmer's Life sort of series, and just play the map. Because it's Spectacle Island, and I did say that when I was on 17 that I was umming and ahhing about moving across the map as was to 19, but then I had this idea about being there on holiday, and it just took a different course. But if you've got any thoughts, one way or the other, yay or nay, let me know, because it might help me make a decision. No matter what, I might make the decision anyway, but it was only something I've just thought about, and I'll certainly be keeping it going for now. So that was all really just want to get some opinion as to what people think. Sorry. You could buy this grass field as well, couldn't we? I mean, I might as well own all the fields immediately around the yard. It kind of makes sense. I'm spending a fortune of money on fields elsewhere, so you know. Fields are always good to spend money on if you've got spare money and you're on a map, because when you sell, when you finish on the map, you'll sell the fields. Well, that's how I do it. If I take the money somewhere else, then I'll sell the fields, and that'll be that. Right. Let's see what we do next. Well, I've just emptied the. Oh yeah, there we go. I've just emptied the herbicide, the fertilizer rather, into the fertilizer and herbicide tank, and done the same with the little bit of herbicide that I had left over that I emptied out of the sprayer before. So better give this a clean. I'll probably go get some more herbicide anyway, though I am hoping not to need too much. I have just bought a weeder, which then of course, as usual, leaves me in a quandary. I'd better go round and get that, and might get a weight as well. I really struggle to bring that thing back, and the little tractor needs a weight. It should be alright with the weeder, but it will need a weight, so I'll get a weight. I've got a modded one I've been wanting to use for a while, so may as well get that. Yeah, I wanted to get a modded weeder, but, well, I say modded weeder, a non-base game weeder. But out of the packs, I haven't downloaded any modded ones, and out of the packs that we've got, where could I put this? There's no point in putting it too far away, so I probably will go get some herbicide at some point. I'm hoping with the weeder, I suppose if I buy new fields, I might still want to use herbicide, but with the weeder, hopefully I'll be able to keep on top of them. What was I going to say? Yeah. So modded ones, you've either got non-base game. So from the DLCs, you've either got the Grimmer ones that came out with the Grimmer pack, the biggest of which is only 6 meters wide. I suppose I could have got it, to be fair, just to try it, but never mind. I haven't used it since the Grimmer pack came out. Or the Borgo one, which of course is absolutely huge and ridiculous, which I will get eventually on here, but for the fields I've got now, that would be a bit overkill. So I got the largest of the in-game ones, the Treffler, which is 15.2 meters, which is a good width. So that's what we've gone with. Other weeders are available in Mod Hub. I just haven't got any on the game, and there's nothing wrong with it. Does the job. And we're here. Doesn't take long. I was gonna come over here and pick it up and then drive back, but we're here now, so you know what. Okay. Now my guess is I'm going to need a weight, right? Oops, sorry, that hit that a bit hard. Actually, it's not too crazy. Let's get a weight, because I've got one downloaded. I might as well. And I've been wanting to use it. Right, what options have we got? These are all those. We've got the class ones and the class pack. We've got the lightweight. Is it a lightweight? Ooh, it comes in multiple weights. So it doesn't have to be a lightweight. It could be a heavyweight. Aha. Sorry. We could have it in some sort of really lousy colour. Cool. Design colour. Oh, it doesn't need to be anything fancy. We got sort of stainless steel or something. Not obviously, no. That's a bit dull, isn't it? Silver steel. Okay. The telescopic colour, design colour, or main colour. Design colour. Wait. Probably doesn't need to be crazy heavy. I think 500 is probably plenty. Just because, why not? Lighting shadows. Oh yes, I love lighting shadows. Awesome. Light setup standard. Front only. Front and sides. Alright. Back only. Back and sides. Short back and sides. No sides. I'm not sure about the back ones. That seems a bit weird. Standard. Whatever. Back decals. Back decals? Oh. Why? Hey. Stop messing about. Large. Ooh. Non. Standard. Yeah, that'll do. What are the ones at the front? Are they large or standard? Ooh, different. Alright. Buy it. Cool. Let's go. We now have a weight. We no longer have to wait for a weight. And you no longer have to wait. I'll see you at the field. Well, that was quick. You wouldn't have had to have waited long, sorry. I'll stop with the weight jokes. It's just not funny. That's a cool colour. I do love the fact it's got a beacon on the front. Let's have a look at these lights then. No, wrong one, sorry. Front and side. Hang on. So none of the lights come on when you put the lights on the tractor. Then you've got your side lights come on, and your rear lights come on with your rear working lights. Okay, fair enough. And then front working lights. So they're just working lights. Okay, fine, fair enough. Good-o. Right, how's our worker doing? It looks like he's still going. Oh, by the way, I did pop over. Ooh, that's interesting. Not do anything. You can change the lights. For what purpose? Oh, now that is cool. So actually you can have some front working lights come on when you put your rear working lights on, and then your rear working lights come on when you put your front working lights on. Well, that's pretty nifty. Anyway, right, let's go back to that. Yeah, so I popped over during the intermission, before actually, to see how our harvester was going. He's not done as much as I thought he had actually, which means our volume is pretty good. So we will see how this goes. But at the moment, I think there's 180 odd thousand litres in the trailer, or thereabouts, something like that. So we are actually in with a reasonable chance of filling the trailer, which would be, wow, amazing. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Now let's put some lights on the matter so we can see. Wow, that really is good. Oh, I need to get this weight. I've been wanting to try this for ages, and I don't very often use weights. Certainly not as often as I probably should. Is he finished now? He hasn't he? No, not quite. There's one tiny little patch left to do. He's missed a few bits, but I'll live with it. But yeah, this is cool. I've had it downloaded for yonks, and I say just never got around to sort of going, I really need to get a weight, but I did when rather stupidly anyway, you wouldn't, would you? Put the tedder on the front of this tractor. It did not like it. Right, so that's him done. So that's this field seeded. So I could put a layer of fertilizer in, but we've done that on screen already. I think we should go harvest. I think that's what we'll do next. We'll get harvesting one of our other fields. And the next episode, tomorrow, we can start, we'll put the corn in, the other field, that we've just put a preemptive spray in. And chances are, well, between us and or a worker, we'll be doing a bit more weeding in this field, that's for sure. So yeah, that'll be next episode without a doubt. But I think in the meantime, let's go and harvest one of our two fields. Might do the sorghum, actually, just to see. Nearly finished this. And I'll go get the harvester. Okay, so let's leave the header there. Let's get the harvester unfolded. So I've been unloaded carrots again. So I was wrong, actually. So the trailer is now up to about 170,000. I reckon there's not that much left. Probably maybe 120,000 or so. Sorry, maybe 20,000 or so. So we'll be nearly at 200,000. So I mean, it's not going to be far off being full, that trailer. Right, so I thought we'd do the sorghum first. Actually, what is the other field? Oh yeah, the other field's just barley. Okay. Yeah, so the other field's barley. Yeah, I thought we'd come and do the sorghum. And actually, next thing also to do will be to get get this field cultivated, because I'm going to plant it with corn, and so I guess that kind of means yeah, the planter won't be a direct sow or direct plant, I suppose. So we cultivated first, but it has already had its first level of fertilisation. Obviously, the barley that we've just seeded over there, which just finished, taking the weeds, the initial weeds off, but there'll be more. Obviously, also still needs its first layer of fertilisation, so that's fine. But yeah, so we've got this field to do. We've got that field of barley over there, and I will need to go finish off the carrots. Obviously, the workers missed bits, but that's fine. I'll do it off screen. It won't take long, and then I'll just get the harvester down to the other field. I don't know if do the carrots or the onions first. Probably not a lot in it. I suppose the carrot header is already attached. I might repair it, I suppose. But I could just do that through the menu rather than taking too much time, taking it all the way back to the garage. Mind you, we need to check out the entry points for those two fields. They're both of them not easy. Which one's which? Okay, so that's the onions, that's the carrots. So yeah, actually it's here, look. So let's see. Yes, there's any patches left to do. Actually, where it is, probably makes sense to go do the carrots first, because it's literally left off here to here. To do the onions, you've got to come all the way up here and then come back. So it does kind of make sense. We'll do the carrots first. And yeah, when those are done, we'll oh, that's interesting. You can actually get through. Really? Oh no! Odd, I couldn't see the hedge. Looked like I could get through, but no, it's just the road. Weird. Oh yeah, it was just dark. Look, you can see the hedge. But yeah. Wow, it looks like this is going to be quite some yield. So that's already nearly half full, and we've not even done, well, we've just done one edge. So the headland will easily, right, that's the worker finished on the carrots, but there's just a bit of time left to do. Yeah, so we're easily going to fill this before we've done the headland all the way around. Which there is an element of at this point in time. I don't necessarily need to do a headland all the way around. I could just divide the field into two sections, and we do this section first. So I'll go straight down this edge, and that'll get us back into the open a little bit. Otherwise, I'm going to end up being somewhere over in that corner and need to enter the combine. Whereas if I go straight down here, we should actually, I think we should be able to get to the end before the combine fills up. Actually, no, I'm not sure we will. So I'll just take a sip of tea from my flask. Oh well, let's see how we do. And then I'll dash and get the trailer. I think we'll use the, might be a couple of trips back and forth, but we'll use the Joskin. Should we, just for a change, grab a tractor and the Joskin, bring it back here to unload. Also need to just pop over there to that store, get some seed and fertilizer and lime. Also I've got, so I can fill up the storage silos at the farm. Have a little job that needs doing. I'm not sure we're going to make it. Maybe we will. Maybe. It's going to be touch and go though. But yeah, we're getting a lot off here. This is really good. I'll check the prices in a sec. 96, 97. Mind you, we haven't got a track to get through to the edge. 98, 99. We're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. No. Oh well. Luckily, I haven't got crop destruction on, so it's not too big a deal. But if you're averse to that, then look away now. Right, let's grab a tractor. It's actually all right. I've got crop tyres on the trailer, on this governor. So we'll just get this unloaded. Just keep that running, but keep it raised up. There it goes. And well, that's about it really. It's 5:25. Yeah, another day here on Riverside. Still loving it. Still having a good time. Still lots of things to do. We've still got to do that big harvest. We've got to do our silage harvest and try and fill the clamp. We're not going to fill it. That'd drive me nuts. And then we'll reseed the big fields just with something because it'll be fun. And actually, I also just want to try planting some of the new crops as well and getting through the whole growth cycles and all that jazz. I also want to make some compost because you can do compost on this map. Thank you, Raw, for the hint. But yeah, so that'll mean chopping some trees down, getting some wood chip, adding some mixing bits to it, all sorts. So yeah, there's still lots that I want to try on this map. I can see myself actually playing this quite a long time. But it's fun, and that's the point. If you enjoy it, it's all good. But yeah, so I think I will call it a day there. Just trying to get a decent, it's a bit dark that side, isn't it? See if we can get a good shot actually for our screenshot. Now we're doing another crop. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, likes, subscriptions are very much appreciated. As I said before, any comments, oops, I'm going offline. Any comments, any thoughts, any ideas for other things to do, maybe things that I've talked about. I did want to buy the greenhouses, actually. There's a little greenhouse patch over where the chickens are, so we can get the chicken farm too. But yeah, I do want to do the greenhouses. But yeah, anything else that people think I should try or give it a go or whatever else, any mods that you think would be good or that you want to see or that just you think worth trying out, all that kind of stuff. Similarly, that would be also awesome. Otherwise, just give us a like, subscribe if you don't, and otherwise, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.